Hello everyone. Couple more details from yesterday. It's like I find everything right after I finish the thing. What I'd like to do is first just talk about the activity you're looking at. It looks like there was water involved. Why were these little shapes created out of all the stones in the bedrock? Well, it seems like we have parallel lines with, I'm going to say 45-degree cross-hatching all over the world. That's ancient megalithic terraforming. And this is one of my favorite examples at this time. It's not the richat structure. This is the Tibesti Mountains. Now, this whole area has been worked, and you can see it going up into the hills, all these parallel lines. And what do they do? Well, let's take a look at what I was showing yesterday. There's a couple of things. Let's go here first. Wait, I guess I used both of them. Okay, that's interesting. I guess I had this set up. I don't know. Anyways, let's go back to, yeah, now I remember what I did. Let's go back to the richat structure and look at a couple of things. Really important, honestly. Oh yeah, I'm going to monetize this while I think of it. Let me go monetize it. Because I don't have any viewers yet, might as well make some pennies off of this. It never self-monetizes. Okay, where is it? What's going on here? Edit video. What's going on here? Did I just do something wrong? Oh, I'm just not thinking. It's a little early. I'm not thinking. In the morning, there's usually a different way I do this monetization thing, but that is monetized. I turned off the air conditioning so I don't have to worry about fighting the sound. I can avoid yelling. I'm not going to do an hour-long video right now. What I'd like to do is to explain a couple things. First of all, let's go straight to what I found right after I finished. Now, as you know, we've got, I wanted to say Little Red Riding Hood. Boy, it's a little early for me. It's 9 a.m., but this is the thing I wanted to show you. Now, yesterday and the past week, I've been showing you these lines, these parallel lines. Now, there's no cross-hatching here, but it goes through. There's more parallel lines here that come through. They're kind of hard to see here. But what I showed you is that it actually comes out to the nose of the what's the, I want to say Frosty the Snowman now. Little Red Riding Hood, Frosty the Snowman. No, this is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. His nose isn't red, but it's got a big line going through it that goes through everything. Here's something that I just found out. Check this out. There's actually another one right next to it, another mound with a line through it. Are these mounds artificially created? You can see the eye of Africa here. This is a secondary item. That is what some people call a tumuli or tumulus. But when we're looking at this here, okay, so I'm going back to the live. I want to see my chatting if there is any. Please chat soon because if you are watching, thanks for the thumbs up, I noticed. But if you are going to say anything, you better do it soon because I'm not here too long. So let me just hear my sound. That sounds pretty good. Now, the degree of work I'm questioning here goes into some of these more closed-up lines. I don't even want to go there right now. I'm just looking at a big picture here. Look at this. Two mounds with two. This is in the richat Adrar Plateau. And everybody knows the richat is the newest proposed location of Atlantis, although it's the closest one, unless you're going to do something like say it was in the Black Sea. So yeah, we've got a pair of eyes right there, don't we? And those eyes were mounds. And I'll go north-south just so you don't get tricked. That's north-south. It does seem to have an angle that's familiar, like 45-degree angle, but I just wonder what the heck is going on here with these mounds. And I think it's close enough I can actually visit that place in October. I could be wrong, but I have to find the road. Oh, I know how to do that. Let's go here. Oh, the Eye of Africa. Hi there, Zero Control. Thank you for joining me. I'd like to show a few things that I found last night. Luckily, I saved them like this in my page. For example, this is the one I'm just showing you. There's something else I would like you to see. Like that, is it natural? Is it worked? I think that this one is, I have to look at it more, but it's striking. Would I say that looks worked? Well, I have to study the geological erosion to see how those patterns work out. I mean, this one right here, 1,000 yards apart, two parallel lines going into the mountains. There's links here if you want to go see them yourself. This thing's weird. It looks like a lion to me. I think you're right, Zero. I mean, honestly, 4 years ago, if you had said that to me, I would have thought you're crazy. But, I mean, I'm looking at this. Now, let's go to the next one. This is the whole line. It's 32 kilometers long. But over here at the right side, I took a close-up. On both sides, you've got this worked plateau. And if it looks reptilian, it looks like it has scales. And to me, that means worked now. I used to think that meant natural, but now it seems like everything's worked. It's driving me crazy. Anthony, what am I going to do? I mean, when you see, okay, this is obviously, and I can zoom in here, luckily. You can see, obviously, this is in the middle of the richat structure. They quarried that. Okay, this one, okay, it's actually, why is it showing a close-up? I got to go back out. I thought it was going to go back. Now this, okay, I would say this is natural. I wrote here, to me, this looks natural. You do have a erosion, weathering, separation, some straight lines, but there's nothing unique about the scales or the way the rocks, the big, huge mega breccia is breaking up. But then when you see stuff like this, and you see stuff like this, you definitely can't say it's natural. This is on top of Manhattan. I'll try to show you. Look at this. This is like a work of art. It's so beautiful. These stones are aligned like this. Well, I went through the desert just south of the Richat, and all I can find are these parallel lines. And this is what I posted yesterday with a 45 angle crosshatch. Let's zoom into that so I can explain my thesis about their quarrying. I'd like to, I can't go any closer. I'd like to really look. I mean, they're not parallel. They're lines that are next to each other and they're straight. But sometimes they don't stay parallel. But they're pretty close. I mean, I want to focus on that. But what you have on almost every few is this 45-degree angle. Okay, I'm going to delete those while I can. Hide user. This person has been bugging me for a long time. And I'll just easy. One click and that's done. So, again, the title of this video is called Parallel Lines with 45-Degree Crosshatching All Over, probably not even Africa alone, right? I'm reading. We have to fight what we actually have been taught sometimes, and it's so true. And the trolls, they come at you so hard. The bullies, they're so used to bullying you back into your corner. Back into your corner. You're crazy. Okay, this is Satellite Pro. I think it's a little clearer. Thank you. I wish I could pronounce that Russian name. Thank you for that compliment. Okay, so I showed these lines here. I thought that this was a lot. One thing I didn't make clear yesterday, I said it for a second, but when you look at, okay, let's go there in Google Earth first. I'll go here, I guess. Let's go back out and find our place in the richat structure. I'll face it north, but not for long. And then look at this thing right here. I'm beginning to believe is all artificial. And one of the things, I don't know, maybe not. I don't want to say anything too crazy. But when you get into what Delia called Manhattan, you can go over this and look and see exactly what I'm talking about. Parallel lines with cross-hatching going through it. It's just so worked. I used to think this was erosion, but I don't think that God or nature works this way when you have parallel lines and then a 45-degree cross-hatching everywhere you look. That 45 degrees is like in carpentry, it helps strengthen the wood wall, but this, I believe, are they're not canals. They're not canals anymore. I mean, I guess it could be this plateau is about. Let's take the length of this plateau here. It's big. Delia named it Manhattan, and that is right there, 70,000 yards. Let's go to miles for now. 40 miles long, and I drove past that. I remember driving past that and saying, "Gee, that's far," and "Gee, there are no roads to go there." I was on this roadway up here, and I could see it from a distance, and I could see this gap, and I said, "Wow, I'm not going to be able to see on this trip." But you think that it gets a little more natural when you get closer? Not really. Now let's go in here and take a look at this seawall, and I want to show you. I showed this for a moment, but when you get really close, the working is incredible. And I used Satellite Pro to look at some of this. Let's start here. Whoops. And see the lines that have been worked. I mean, I got to get in and make a starting point, but you can start to see it here. These lines are thousands and thousands of lines. Well, you get pressured from both sides, Zero, and I'm putting myself out there, and I've been doing a lot of Reddit posting, which is not going to last much longer, because it seems like even the mods of the alternative thinking subs are bullies. I'm talking mainly about the Graham Hancock subreddit. I had a guy who's a mod there come at me just like a troll, and honestly, it was obvious he hadn't even tried to look at the material, and I tried watching the first 20 minutes. It was a lie, because yesterday's video I mentioned Randall Carlson. Yeah, did I make the thumbnail clickbait? Yes, I did. I'm not going to deny that. I would love to talk to you, Zero Control, about... I want to go to Colorado because of what you showed us there. I want to go there. And I really would like to find more mountain ridges in South America and other places besides where we've been looking where I've been looking because of your great gesture in... by the way, this can't be rotated, so it's always north. But you have to remember where we are. That's the Delia's seawall, and I do believe that's a shoreline to an extent. I believe water was in here because of a lot of things. Shorelines over here, and escape routes for water over there. I mean, everywhere I look, I'm seeing stuff that looks like it's man-made. When I say man-made, please remember I'm almost a fan of the giants theory, because I can't imagine any men doing this immense work, unless they were forced to do it using slave. I mean, okay, I'm not getting anything there. But you can see these lines going across these larger parallel lines. Now, you don't see a lot of 45-degree angle. I can't turn it. It's so frustrating. And also, Satellites Pro zooms in and out a little too fast. The lines here are, there's another one, 45 degree, 45 degree. Yeah, sometimes they're not perfect, but there's some type of a relief that's happening where they can't just go parallel. They want to have that crosshatch. You showed a couple of things in South America that I actually went and found and also showed in one of my videos, but I got lost again. I can't find it. And I just would love to find more of these intelligently designed mountains. Let's go back over here. Now, there was one more thing I was trying to remember. Okay, so basically, let's go through the... yeah, I think I covered everything I want to cover right now. And I've only been talking 15 minutes, but I wasn't planning on talking too long. Again, parallel lines with... Okay, I'll show you where this same thing happens everywhere. Let's look at the... we showed a few in pictures, right? Also, you got a lot of squares, a lot of rectangles. What's going on? Okay, so we got to zoom out. That's just a random shape. It looks like Elton John or somebody. Okay, so this thing I showed you yesterday, but I didn't realize that there was another one right next to it. You see these squares being quarried. Now this line at this point looks like it's for water, but over here it looks like they quarried this whole area. Maybe they're trying to make it habitable for agriculture. I gotta figure out how to pronounce the Russian name. I assume this is your first name, the first one. I'll try to pronounce it with Google Translate. Google Translate Russian to English. Let's give it a quick try. Where's the... No. It says English detected. And Chinese traditional is the output. It's a little early for me. Where's the English? I just want the pronunciation, so I don't even need the English. I've been doing this for Chinese for many years. Alright, let's try this. Sheesh. Oh, I know you can't see that, but...
Kirill.
Kirill. Okay, I hope that's your first name, Kirill. Thank you for your comments and your nice compliment. Thank you so much for that. Kirill. Oh, there you go. You already wrote it. Hey, Nathan. Nathan, there's so many new things that I've been showing, and we have Anthony Tunstall's Zero Control in the house. He's also responsible for a lot of the knowledge that I've gotten. So please, you can subscribe to him. It's easy to find, but it's youtube.com/C/Zero Control. I should type that out, right? Let me write this down right now in the chat section. www.youtube.com where's the .com? Well, I'm mentioning you now too. I gotta type it though. Although I don't know why you took your videos down. I'd like to see some of those again. And also, where do we start? If you wanted to start over, where are you gonna start? Okay, Zero Control. Sorry, I didn't want to mess it up. And then it didn't even make a link. Does that go to your page? Let me test that out. Yeah, you definitely deserve more subscribers. So please, everybody in the chat room, click that link, subscribe right now, please. Okay, this is in the Adrar Plateau, which is really the richat structure. And Nathan, because I don't know if you saw this, I walked here. I went to this spot right there, and right over here, there's some crazy lines going through. So this is the highest point in the Adrar. I believe that this stuff here was maybe pushed on top of it in a flood. I can't really get into it. I'm pretty much almost finished with this material. I'm almost ready. I got to turn on the air conditioning. It's just too hot. But this is one of my favorite ones. And what we're seeing is some type of ancient quarrying. Let's just turn on this air conditioner so I can get some relief. And I got to hurry up and finish this video. I got some work I got to do. So, what you see all over, and if you want to visit a couple, that's Tibesti. Nathan, check this out. Check that out. That's the thumbnail. And when you zoom out of the Tibesti Mountains in northern Chad and go back to Mauritania, we can still find the same type of weird working over here, or everywhere really, but I was showing it here just now. I wanted to show what I found over here that was so similar. If you zoom in and come into about here, is it? There's so many places, and I can turn that around so people can see what we're looking at. It's basically a quarry yard, but they're doing some type of a decorative lines with it, or they're just they continuously. I mean, what I'm seeing here is a piece of art, and it's representative of so many things. And what you have are parallel lines and 45-degree cross-hatching. That's the name of this video. Let me keep going here. I wanted to talk about other places in the richat, and you look around here and you can see these straight lines. I used to think that was natural, but now I'm thoroughly convinced it's not natural. And Randall Carlson, by the way, I showed this yesterday, but it's important enough to me to show it again. He said that there is, let me just show you his exact words so you don't have to go back to the original video. It's right here. this mega breccia, these outcrops that I'm showing you, were being quarried by somebody hundreds of thousands of years ago. I mean, in my opinion, he didn't just pull that out of his ass. He got it from a research paper. I read this research paper here, this one. I didn't see that information. Maybe I need to read it one more time. But simultaneously, oh, I closed it. Sorry about that. There's so many of them, it would have taken hundreds of thousands of years. I used to think it was natural, but now it's very clear to me that content was removed, making parallel lines. I hope that air conditioning is not too loud. I think it's probably okay. Okay, so there was a few that are inside the richat circles, and so I wanted to make sure to show those to you so you can check them out. See these dark patches? Now, it's so funny because I went here. I drove here. I wanted to see what this was, and I took pictures of it. And it was 20 miles out of my way just to get here, and I was heartbroken when I realized it was what I call modern day structure. Is not anything related to Atlantis. In fact, I do believe this whole area, and I'm talking about this whole area, is not only natural, it's just not easy to make these rings go that wide. I mean, if somebody could do that, they were magicians. So I really believe that this was a natural structure, probably created by an a Carrington event. But so I went here. Oh, over here. I went here and I was so close. Where are we? I went here and it was so close to this quarry. I'm so sad that I didn't go to the quarry. These quarries are everywhere. I mean, not everywhere, especially inside. They're very special places. There's that one I put in the Was This Atlantis. Well, and I say Was This Atlantis, I'm talking about the page in Facebook. I mean, there's just too much, and it's just amazing how are we seeing like the rocks are gone, the stones and the rocks are gone, or was this place worked and they didn't have that many rocks here? Maybe it's a matter of distance, but look at those lines. All those lines now, I believe, are. I used to think they were animal trails. But what do you see? Parallel lines. I wouldn't call that 45 degrees, but cross-hatching. Parallel lines with cross-hatching. Parallel lines with cross-hatching. That's the name of this video. Well, okay, I hear you, Nathan. I hear you, but I know that I'm on the fringe of alternative thinking here, but I also like to use and rely on Occam's razor. And I've been there. They're not buildings. I've not been here. I haven't been here. They do look like buildings. They look like cities. But I have to rely on the evidence that I have, and I don't have evidence in my head. Now, let's talk about that. Delia, she deemed this place Manhattan. I called this I forgot what I called it, but next to Manhattan. And if you go here and look at this, you can say the same thing. That these were roads and they were foundations of buildings. I even have one, and I had to argue with somebody about it last night. Let me find it. It's a cool one. No, that's too far back. See those mountains? Don't tell me those mountains are natural. It drives me crazy when people say, "Oh, that looks natural." Really? Okay, now we're looking at this place that I just showed you right here. In fact, the place is right over here. I turned it around, and we could probably find it right here. I mean, when you go into this area, it does look like streets, but I'm looking at the lines. We're seeing straight parallel lines and cross-hatching. And, is that a melted building? And to me, I would not think that these were... If they were foundations, then somebody worked this after. Well, it's almost over. Kirel. So don't worry too much. I'm just trying to talk about a few more things. The cross-hatching that seems to be going everywhere. 45 degrees, 45. That might not be 45 degrees, but also remember, sometimes Google Earth is a little bit off. And sometimes they have to conform around certain things, or who knows what. I assumed it was mining. So if this was for water, I don't think this is for water. This is quarrying right here. But you get back over here, I think maybe they were doing a grid so the water would spread out more evenly across the land. And Anthony, Zero Control, you're the one who got me thinking more about water. And then the Tibesti Mountains. Where are those again? Let's go to the Tibesti Mountains. Anthony, I was looking at the Tibesti Mountains again, and there was stuff everywhere. I was finding stuff everywhere, and I just couldn't stop. And I was realizing, yeah, it's been worked, man. It's been worked. When you go in here, I saw this, but what I didn't realize is that it's been worked everywhere. There's some stuff way up here in the Tibesti Mountain. You can just zoom in and find stuff. You can just zoom in and find parallel lines with 45-degree cross-hatching. Or sometimes it's not 45. I was looking at some crazy stuff yesterday. I put most of... There you go. Look at that. Tell me that that's... well, I'd have to take a closer look. But to me, something happened there. Look over here. I put that in... I'm pretty sure that's been worked. And especially when you get up and look at the way the mountains are shaped. They look like they've been hacked away or cut at. Look at that. There's a ridge, right? Oh, that's kind of a sand dune. Okay, well, the broadcast... Okay, there's two problems. Let me see my OBS. Oh, yeah, it has a red. It did have a... No, it's showing everything's working. But let me just finish this up, and then I'll get out of here. The 45-degree angles, it seems like we're finding it everywhere. There's a ridge. The 45-degree angles... Let me get out of here so I can see it. I turned it around? Oh, it's over here. Yeah, because I was finding a bunch of stuff up here, and it's like you just have to look. But the work that has been done in here, I'm pretty sure that's for water. Obviously, they're all connected to rivers. And it seems like they're trying to control the water that came off the mountains and expand out. I mean, you can see it goes farther out. Oh, not here. But in addition to the water thing, I think that this thing was like they flooded it, because it looks to me like... Okay, so I'm trying to find a new spot. Over here somewhere. I think it was over here. It's just like they were trying to expand it farther down away from the mountain. But here, this thing right here, it's just crazy. What they did to the land here, I don't know what they were doing, you know. Were they trying to get minerals from these rocks? Or were they just trying to shape them? Were they trying to get it to a point? Maybe there was topsoil at the time. And how is it now, Zero? Is it still choppy? And I'll be at your video. I'll stop and I'll wait for your video. I gotta go do some work. Look at that. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. Great, Nathan. Thank you for that. This is, again, this is north-south. So when you see a line like that, going exactly... Look at it. I put it in the corner, right? I'm putting in the corner, and this are the same. That's 45 degrees. I mean, there's a lot of angles that are not 45 degrees. I can see 30. I can see 45. And these are all not north-south. I mean, this whole river is 45 degrees. Is that a river man-made? Okay, maybe it's the degrees here are bigger than here, so maybe it's not exactly 45. I don't think they were good. They were trying to get precise about it. Okay, the reason why I pointed that out is because then when we go back here, we really see how worked it is. I'm going to go to Mauritania. Sorry, the satellites.pro so we can get in there, because I think it's a little clearer. And look at the work that's been done on top of Manhattan. I can't rotate this, or I would rotate it. So you're seeing parallel lines. You're seeing 45-degree cross-hatching. Well, I agree with that. There should be a cheap, easy way, but it seems like it's being suppressed by mainstream history, politics, madness. Oh yeah, there was a couple of that river I showed already. The 32 kilometer mile long cut through with all that work done. It's like everywhere around here. When you go down to here, let me see if I can find it without. When you go down to here, it's all got all sorts of stuff right here, especially all sorts of stuff. And it's hard for me to. I don't want to try to find it this way. And yeah, I almost think it was Atlantis less when I see some of this stuff. And like I said, this stuff's been worked for hundreds of thousands of years. That's according to science. Heightmap.io will take you to a GitHub page allowing you access to a really good height map generator. I can do a lot of cool things with heightmap. Okay, I'll put that in there. What's that? Why is that showing? I'm sorry, I'm talking about something you can't see. No, I'm almost done here. Let's see if I can find 10-gram height mapper. I don't know how deep I can get into this right now. I do suddenly get kicked off these broadcasts still. 10grams.github.io height mapper. Alright, I'll play with this later. If that's it. Let me know if that's not it. And the colors are so dark, I don't know what I'm doing here. Anyways, I'll do that later. I'm trying to get back into taking a look at... Let me do one thing. I'll find this over here. Oh, I get the wrong way. I'll zoom it in. That's it, huh? Okay, let me find this one thing I wanted. Did I go past it again? Because I was not. There we go. There it is. And since I'm here now, I'll just click on it and open it right up. And we'll go there. Let me show you again before... Oops. Let me click that. Let me show you... This 32.67 kilometer, we have a breakthrough rock here, here, right there, here, over here, and especially right there. Now, I should have gone right there first. Let's do it now. Well, I guess it's not like it's a secret. Okay, there you go. You can see it. Let's follow it first. We'll follow it all the way down. So you've got this work that's being done right next to it, all along this quarry line. I mean, I don't know is that a river, or is that... It's a river now, but was it originally a river? It goes through here. It goes through there. There's lots of other stuff to look at, but I got to stay true to my course and get to the end so I can show you this red part right here. Is that the end? There might be more. There we go. There's more. There's more of that. 32 kilometers long. And all along you have this reptilian pattern in the rocks. I used to think it was a natural form of erosion and weathering, but not anymore, my friends. Not anymore. I'm pretty much convinced. Okay, it stops right about here. Now let's go in here and take a look at what you have on both sides. If you get in here and take a look, on both sides you have this working. I mean, these lines here that's like worked. People walking, animals walking. I used to think these lines were formed from animals, but now I think they were formed from intelligent beings doing some kind of a work. That's megabrecha. This is megabrecha right here. Is it an outcrop? No, I don't think it's an outcrop, because an outcrop implies that it's sticking up through the sand and the soil. Look at that line. What happened there that made it so prominent? Some type of a thing is going on. Now, because I know where it is, I want to look at this one more time in satellites.pro. Let me make this north first. And to find where we were. Where was I? See, I'm lost again. I'm lost again. Where's that line at? Okay, I kind of made a mistake. I got to go back. Okay, it's this. Okay, there you go. This right here is right. That's a big thing. And then over here. All right, let me try that again. We'll just go. Where am I? Not that. Not that. That. Okay, the thing that I saw was this, and the line was going along here, and it ended up right about here, I thought. See how lost it can be? Is that it? There we go. Is that it? I don't think that's it. I mean, you see the same stuff going on, and because of that, there we are. Yeah, that's it. I recognize that now. So let's find this on satellites.pro. It's right below this lake. There's a lake there. Look at that. So right below that lake, which is, let me stop right about here, and then I can find it over here. Oh wow, see, this zooms in and out too fast. Alright, is that the lake? Is that the lake? It's a different platform, satellites.pro. Let me use my other screen and put it here. Okay, so this is, I can't read the city. Kasar. We're going to about here and going straight down. Okay, let me find that again. Sorry about this. Okay, all right, got it. It's right here. That's the lake, and that's the line right there. So now we can see this up close. And I don't know. I think satellites.pro is a little clearer, but it has ads all over the place. You can't rotate it. That's as close as I can get. Alright, let me see my chats. And then I'm going to get out of here. Put that back there. Put this right there. I don't think I need this anymore. I don't think I need... This one I definitely want to keep looking at. If you look at this Manhattan Plateau, and the Bronx is right next door. By the way, another thing, I'm not sure if I didn't say enough. These lines go on into the plateau here. You can see them. Some of them continue quite a long distance. Alright, I'm talking about a lot of things at once. Yep, and if you want to look around by yourself, just go to my facebook.com/wasthisatlantis to find these locations that I've been talking about. See, I think that's natural, like it hasn't been worked. And if I click on this, it goes to a place that's really far away from everything else. But it seems like every other place with this type of stone has been worked. And we're seeing it everywhere. It looks like this has all been worked. That hasn't been worked. They didn't want that, but they wanted this. And yeah, what did they do to it? Was it the foundations of buildings? Maybe it's the survivors looking for their property that got damaged, and they're really serious about finding that. I don't know. I don't know if it's gold mining for minerals. I've heard a lot of stuff about that recently from other people. So I'm showing you two different places. This is the Adrar Plateau. And this one was very striking for me because when I first started looking at this, I thought that's natural. But now I see all these 45-degree angle. It's just not right. Like this, I could call that natural very easily. You do see some lines in there, but I'm just trying to find stuff that looks natural compared to stuff that's not natural. I've shown you the three things that I wanted to. Number one, the additional... where was it? See, I got to go back to north-south. In here, right there, there's an additional mound or mountaintop, or whatever you want to call it, but it's got another line going through it. So I showed you this one first, and I thought, wow, that line goes all the way through. Is that a canal? I don't think so. It's just it's a dividing line. It's a score mark. Like Anthony keeps saying, They're working the land not for the past, but for the future. And I got a reaction out of Anthony today because of this. But I don't think that this is the same as this. But is it as old? Perhaps it is as old. I mean, look how warped it is. Is there another one there? What's that? So the line that goes through here is parallel to the line that goes through here. And they're both little mountaintops. And that's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer's, not a red nose. But there's a lot of lines going through here that you can see going up to the highest point in the Adrar Plateau. So why? I mean, it's not that wide. I think it's less than a mile. About 2 miles. 1.3 miles. That's about 2 kilometers from this plateau. But on both sides, you see these lines. All right, I pretty much talked about everything. Again, that was kind of a surprise to find that second mound. I mean, I wonder if there's a third mound or a fourth mound around here that I should be looking for. I'll probably find it right after I finish the video. There is a crater right there. I mean, was this crater responsible for it all going out? That's supposed to be, I forgot how old. But there's other craters in a line. That crater, I believe that's a crater. There's one here called the Tenamore crater. And then there's another crater in the same line that I can't pronounce. I have a picture of it, but I'm not going to be continuing any longer. I might try to find that picture real quick, but then I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm gone. Okay, but let's find that picture of the string of pearls, African Atlantis string of pearls. And I've gone through this material before in past videos, so you can find these things. I'm just trying to find this one picture. This is a good one here that's from Randall Carlson. It's a timeline of catastrophes. I found another one here, so I put it in there. But I tend to trust Randall's for more things. I know he's recently emphasized the fact that he's been a Mason for many years. And I do think that the Masons, and when I met him, there was some discussion about the Knights of the Templar, keeping this knowledge and taking it and sharing it with the world at just the right time, but not sharing it so you can repeat it. It's shared through buildings. The sacred geometry is shared through architecture. Where is my picture? See, when you have 300, 400 slides, you tend to get overwhelmed. I almost have it, though. Where is it? Come on. Is it not here? There it is. Right there. And the name of that, I got to remember how to say it. Temimichat Galaman. Temimichat Galaman crater right there. So to me, they're just too much in a line, just like Jupiter. I mean, they're not perfectly aligned. There's a curve. But Jupiter was hit by comet fragments and created the string of pearls. Y'all have a good day. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh. Y'all have a good day, and thanks for joining me.